Magic Kingdom today, and I'm going to take you on It's a Small World, and I'll show you everything you need to know to navigate this ride as a plus-size person. Pammieplusparks. I am Pammie, your plus-size fairy godmother, bringing you all the magic Disney and Florida has to offer plus-size people. And today I'm taking you on Small World. I'm going to do everything I can to show you the seats on this ride and how to board and exit. And along the way, if I find out any accessibility information, I'll share that with you as well. Now, as you guys may already know, I'm often at the parks by myself. When I go on this ride, I generally am allowed to sit in a row alone. The rows on these boats will hold like 3 very plus-size people. They're nice and wide seats, definitely comfortable. One thing you should be aware of is there is a deep step down into the boat. There are rails that you can hang onto to help you board and exit this ride. If you feel that you can't manage to do that big step down into the boat, there is a special boat with a ramp that you can walk onto. That boat is also used for folks who are in wheelchairs. If you're in an ECV, you can transfer to a wheelchair that they let you borrow for free, and you can actually ride on a boat in a wheelchair. If you're already in a wheelchair, you just remain in your chair and you're able to go on the ramp onto the boat. One of the things that makes this ride super family friendly is that there are no restraints and there are no height restrictions. You can even take your baby on this ride. Let me share some information about myself that may help you decide whether or not this ride will work for you. I am 5 feet 4 inches tall, I weigh 350 pounds, and I wear US women's sizes 30, 32, or a 4X or a 5X. Another special tip I have for you is that the front row has the least amount of legroom, believe it or not. When you look at it, it may look like there's a lot of extra legroom, but it's only because it's got a little peak at the front of it, but the sides taper off, making it have the least amount of legroom of any of the rows. Even for someone as short as myself, I find the front row very uncomfortable. So if they ever try to assign me to the front row, I ask if I can be seated in another row. As long as you ask politely, they are more than happy to accommodate you. To step up over that edge and onto the seat and then down onto the floor. And I use these rails to hang onto to help me get in. So you can see, even as a short person, a relatively short person, there's not a ton of leg room on this boat. I find myself sitting in a rather unladylike pose. You can also put your legs together and pivot to the side if it gives you more room. For ECVs and wheelchairs. Before you get in line, check in with a cast member and they'll tell you everything you need to know about how to access the accessible line. Now, you can't take an ECV on this ride, but you can take a wheelchair. So you can either park your ECV right here in the accessible area and transfer into a wheelchair. The wheelchairs they have on hand are free for you to use. Or if you're already in a wheelchair, you can just go right onto the ride in your wheelchair. There is one boat for this ride, at least one boat, that has a ramp that allows wheelchairs to roll onto the ramp. You don't have to be in a wheelchair to use the accessible boat. If you have mobility concerns that make it difficult or impossible for you to get in and out of the boat on your own, you can request to use the accessible boat and walk onto the ride using the ramp. may take a few extra minutes for you to get on the ride, but it's definitely worth it if you can enjoy it in comfort. Always, always, always feel free to politely ask a cast member for what it is that you need, and they will be more than happy to help you.